this logged in prop is considered a function with a payload argument, and what it does is that it dispatch an action with type logged in. You could take this from this reducer. If you remember, you are having two actions, one of them is logged in. We need to use this one right here. Right now in our component, in the handle submit, after we have been submitting or signing up successfully, we need to say props dot logged in payload. So props are currently injected by Formic, as you could remember, and we could call the logged in function from here, and this logged in function, it dispatch an action with logged in. But this is not enough. We need also to add the payload into our function so that Redux could be able to deal with it, because Redux needs an action with a payload, not only a type. It needs action.type and it needs action.payload. Unlike logging out does not need a payload. We just tell Redux we need to log out and it returns this state. So let us currently test what we have done so far. Let us try to have a new user and submit. As you could see, we have dispatched the logged in action, and dispatching this action have caused our state to change. It was is authenticated was false, it became true. ID was null, and it now have this value. The same thing have occurred with token. But as you could see, if you refresh the page and check the state, we'll find that we are no longer signed up. And this is not the behavior that we want to have. We want to persist our information even after refreshing. So what we need to do is to have here a function called persist my info that saves everything, or not everything, that saves the data that we need, like the ID and token, in the local storage, so that when we refresh the page and Redux right here, when it tries to check if there is an item in the local storage called ID, it would find it. The same thing with token. So let us implement this function. What we could do is add here a service called persistence.js, and we could add this function right here. This will take a payload and what it will do is the following. It will just tell local storage to save to set item, and it will set the ID item with the payload dot user dot underscore ID, and will also do the same thing for the token. We could also have another function that is called unpersistMyInfo. This function could be called when we log out to remove every trace of our